Shalom, shalom, and welcome. This is Yahusha, Living Orders and Commands. It is an end-time series to those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father. My name is Symmanayah, and these are the messages I am compelled to present before you who I consider my brothers and sisters. This segment of Yahusha, Living Orders and Commands is entitled Assembling Forged Pieces. Assembling Forged Pieces. Let me once again present the definition of what I mean by forged pieces as defined by the word forge. Once again, it is to form by heating and hammering, to beat into shape. It is to form or make, especially by concentrated effort. To give form or shape to, especially by means of careful effort. Please note, my brothers and sisters, these segments are crucial and will prove to be critical during these end times. Upon completion of this segment entitled Assembling Forged Pieces, I will build a playlist entitled About the Pieces. It will include the 3 segments of Picking Up the Pieces, Forge Piece by Piece, and this one entitled Assembling Forged Pieces. All 3 of these will be compiled into a playlist, prayerfully for ease of listening to those who prefer to follow it in sequence. My brothers and sisters, do you honestly believe the Most High Father Yahuwah will gather us together while we cannot agree on the time a day begins or ends? Do you honestly believe we can represent an awakening nation of Yahusha, not knowing how to guard Shabbat? Can you really believe that the Almighty Father Yahuwah will bring us together while we are split on the significance of new moon? Have you truly embraced the Most High Father, gathering us from the 4 corners of the earth, divided on the purpose and how to honor his feast times? Do you believe Yahusha can be brought together before the physical return of Yahushua Messiah in our current state? I submit to you, we will be refined and perfected into the image ordered by the Most High Father Yahuwah through a set-apart spirit, working in us, through us, one towards another, and through his leaders, his set-apart spirit that was sent in Yahushua's name. We will witness a major transformation before the physical return of Yahushua Mashiach regarding being united, regarding our translations and interpretations of Scripture. We will be made clear on the matter of Torah, which simply means instructions, and the ultimate instructions are the instructions from the living Almighty One, Yahuwah. We will come to know why it is important to acknowledge that the Almighty Father sent his set-apart spirit in Yahushua's name, and we will discover the priority that Yahushua's name take over the sensationalized words of Ruach and Ruach HaKodesh, which simply means spirit and set-apart spirit. If you have listened to the segments entitled Picking Up the Pieces, as well as Forge Piece by Piece, then I pray that you now are able to see the wisdom, the need, the possibility of Yahusha becoming united. I pray you are now able to see and appreciate the order which we will be gathered from the 4 corners of the earth. I pray that you're able to discern the plan of the Most High Father Yahuwah is beginning to come together, as led, as directed by his set-apart spirit sent in Yahushua's name. I pray, my brothers and sisters, that you're able to discern, believe, and anticipate, and expect a final exodus. For soon and very soon, I am compelled to believe the world will witness assembling forged pieces, shaped, fashioned, disciplined, refined by the power and might of the Most High, and then assembled together in such a way the world has never seen. Each of us will receive living orders and commands individually, and we will witness collectively coming together by the directions from the Most High, by his living orders and commands that will become clearly visible and obeyed. Pray and watch. Now allow me once again to present the following as it relates to assembling forged pieces. Keep in mind, some may be listening or receiving these matters for the first time, and others it may just be a reaffirmation or confirmation or revisiting of. And I read to you, O Yasharal, as it relates to assembling forged pieces. Isaiah 11:12, and he shall raise a banner of the nations and gather the outcasts of Yasharal, and assemble the dispersed of Yehuda from the four corners of the earth. Isaiah 43:5-7 reads, Do not fear, for I am with you. I shall bring your seed from the east and gather you from the west. I shall say to the north, give them up, and to the south, do not keep them back. Bring my sons from afar and my daughters from the ends of the earth. All those who are called by my name, whom I have created, formed, even made for my esteem. Jeremiah 23:3-4. Therefore I shall gather the remnant of my flock out of all the lands where I have driven them, and shall bring them back to their fold. And they shall bear an increase, and I shall raise up my shepherds over them, and they shall feed them. And they shall fear no more, nor be discouraged, nor shall they be lacking, declares Yahuwah. Ezekiel 11:16-17. Therefore say, Thus saith the Master Yahuwah, although I have sent them far off among the Gentiles, and although I have scattered them among the lands, yet I was for them a set apart place, for a little while in the hands to which they came. Therefore say, Thus saith the Master Yahuwah, I shall gather you from the peoples, I shall assemble you from the lands where you have been scattered, and I shall give you the land of Yasharal. Ezekiel 20th chapter, verses 33-35 reads, As I live, declares the Master Yahuwah, do not I, with a mighty hand, with an outstretched arm, and with wrath poured out, reign over you. And I shall bring you out from the peoples and gather you out from the lands where you were scattered, with a mighty hand, and with an outstretched arm, and with wrath poured out. And I shall bring you into the wilderness of the peoples, and shall enter into judgment with you face to face there. Ezekiel 34, verses 11-15. For thus said the Master Yahuwah, See, I myself shall search for the sheep and seek them out, as a shepherd seeks out his flock on the day he is among his scattered sheep. So I shall seek out my sheep and deliver them from all the places where they were scattered in a day of cloud and thick darkness. And I shall bring them out from the peoples and gather them from the lands, and shall bring them to their own land, and I shall feed them on the mountains of Yasharal, in the valleys, and in all the dwellings of the land. In good pasture I shall feed them, and their folds shall be on the high mountains of Yasharal. They shall lie there in a good fold, and feed in rich pasture on the mountains of Yasharal. I shall feed my flock and make them lie down, declares Master Yahuwah. That was Ezekiel 34th chapter, verses 11-15. Revelation 7:4. And I heard the number of those who were sealed, 144,000 sealed out of the tribes of the children of Yasharal. Revelation 7:9-10. After this I saw a great crowd which no one was able to count, out of all nations, tribes, and peoples and tongues, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, dressed in white robes and palm branches in their hands, crying out with a loud voice, saying, Deliverance belongs to our Almighty Father, the Almighty One who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb. Revelation 7:14. And I said to him, Master, you know, he said to me, These are those coming out of the great distress, having washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. My brothers and sisters, let me ask you, does the Most High change? If you think so, which he doesn't, consider these words, Malachi 3:6. For I am Yahuwah, I shall not change, and you, O sons of Yaakov, shall not come to an end. James 1:17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, whom there is no change nor shadow of turning. My brothers and sisters, the time is now to move beyond whether or not these prophecies have been fulfilled. Consider this. If they have been fulfilled, if you are caught on the literal and contextual and believe these prophecies have been fulfilled, let me ask you this. Will we witness such a phenomenon during our final days, during our end times? Do you really believe there were times when Yahusha was restored, but now the Most High will just leave us scattered until the physical return of Yahushua Mashiach? Are you one who believes there will be a pre-tribulation rapture? Are you one who believes we will not witness the disciplining hand of the Most High Father Yahuwah come before us through his set-apart Spirit sent in Yahushua's name? Will he not bring unity among us before the physical return of Yahushua Mashiach? It would be wise to raise up from slumber, to awaken, my brothers and sisters. It would be wise to seek to discern earnestly the life in the scriptures and what it is the Almighty Spirit of the Most High is saying to us. It will be wise to embrace the life in the scriptures beyond just the literal and contextual. We serve a living Almighty One, and he demands and will prove that he demands that we respond to his living instructions, of which represent living Torah through his set-apart Spirit sent in Yahushua's name. My brothers and sisters, soon extreme conditions on this planet will prove the wrath of the Almighty Father Yahuwah has begun. Soon we will awaken to the fact that there are 4 basic things we need to survive from a natural perspective: fresh air, fresh water, food, and a safe place. Yes, I am totally aware that man does not live by bread alone, as written, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Almighty Father Yahuwah, who is able to know the instructions regarding global warming and climate change, who is able to understand that global warming and climate change will prove to be a major contributing factor to the wrath of the Almighty Father. It will be a contributing factor, and we will witness a change. It will prove to be that the fruit of man's neglect, greed, wickedness has led and is leading towards the destruction of this planet. Currently, CO2 and methane gases are being released into our atmosphere at alarming rates. Erratic weather patterns are emerging across the planet, with prolonged and widespread drought, especially in places where our food supplies are grown. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. Famine is on the rise. There are and will continue to be growing food shortages across the planet. Pestilent disease is on the rise like never before in the wake of extreme droughts. Scientists and world leaders are echoing sentiments of being on a collision course to total extinction. We are witnessing words like tipping point, point of no return, extinction level events, peak level, depopulation, end of days, and many other like words in an attempt to wake us up from the current conditions that we face. Pray, my brothers and sisters, pray earnestly and seek to discern. We have entered into a time of assembling of forged pieces will prove to be true. Are you ready? For man has no real solution in sight regarding these conditions. We who are Yahusha know that the Almighty Father Yahuwah has a plan for his children. He has informed us that we will put off the corruptible and put on the incorruptible. Do this not describe the extinction of man as we know it? My brothers and sisters, we are about to witness the assembling of forged pieces. Individuals disciplined, refined, shaped, brought together as one under the banner of Yahusha by the leading of the Spirit of Yahushua Mashiach. We who will be gathered from the 4 corners of the earth will prove to be an emerging, awakening nation. Our final exodus comes whether one believe it or not. Habitable places on this planet will roll up like a scroll, and we will return to the region where life began. Who is able to see the correlation between Eden and the final gathering of the wicked nations in Megiddo, along with the location of the physical return of Yahushua Mashiach? This will all occur within the same region, my brothers and sisters. Pray and watch. There will be forced migrations, forced movement, forced transitions, and believe it or not, my brothers and sisters, changes are coming. Changes are coming. Soon and very soon it will become obvious that there will be forced migrations. It will become most clear. There will be mass congestion as people scramble during forced migration. There will also come chaos, civil unrest, economic collapse, turmoil, death, and more. Destruction like the world has never before witnessed is about to come upon those who are on this planet and physically alive, awaiting the physical return of Yahusha Mashiach. The children of Yahuwah, the children of obedience, will know what to do and will be in a safe place, with the exception of those who will die as martyrs for Yahusha's name, or those who are led astray. My brothers and sisters, assembling forged pieces will prove to be an emerging phenomenon among those who will come to be known as the children of obedience, who are not appointed to the wrath of the Almighty Father Yahuwah. Assembling forged pieces will prove to consist of individuals who learn how to participate in picking up the pieces, individuals who become strong and know the importance of witnessing being forged piece by piece, and by people who will yield to the actual assembling of forged pieces, the actual assembling of the children of obedience, Yasharal, an awakening nation. Pray and watch, O Yasharal. Our redemption draws close. Choose wisely this day who you will worship and obey. Choose wisely whom you will worship and obey. Today, my brothers and sisters, seek to discern the living voice of the Spirit of Yahusha and discover life towards maturity. Remember, as I have told you, my brothers and sisters, I will build a playlist entitled About the Pieces. It will include the 3 segments that I have just recorded: picking up pieces, forged piece by piece, and assembling forged pieces. I invite your patience. I salute your tolerance. I salute your ability to pursue set apartness and pursue the life that the Spirit of Yahusha has directed for you. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, continue to pursue set apartness. Continue to seek out the voice of the Spirit of our living Savior, Yahusha Mashiach. Again, I invite your patience and invite you to listen to these 3 segments that are compiled into the playlist About the Pieces. Listen carefully and pass them on as you believe you are compelled to by the Spirit of Yahusha. Yasharal, we will assemble. We will gather together from the 4 corners of the earth. And there will be an assembly of Yasharal in the prospective nations at the outermost borders. As I have stated before, I believe there will be an ultimate gathering of Yasharal. Those who are in the United States, I believe, will gather in the state of Virginia. Pray and watch. These will be those led by the Spirit of Yahusha. There will be structure, there will be order, and there will be leaders that are chosen by the Spirit of Yahusha. And there will be guidance. And those who are in other countries, other geographic areas, will witness being gathered to the outermost perimeter of their respective countries that point towards the area we know now as the Middle East. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. Phenomenal proof is over the horizon. Begin asking questions. Begin seeking out those who have had their eyes open and ears unclogged, those who have been visited by the Spirit of Yahusha, to confirm or reaffirm or present the details regarding our final exodus, or being fortified and strengthened to face a physical death for Yahusha's name as a martyr. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. Those who are led astray will have their rewards. Until next time, continue to endure until the very end. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.